Hey everyone, Dan Cassette here. Another Pilates for you coming from the Sports Center. Parallel alignment please, feet right underneath your hip bones. And it can be about a fist distance apart for most people. I want you to feel that your weight is shifted over the arches of your feet so you're not relying just on your heels here. Traditional roll down, I want you to drop your head, your neck, your chest. When you get to the lower back, you can soften your knees and just hang over as far as is comfortable for you. Now, leave the head dropped there, but lift your belly and I want you to roll back up. It's like the tail is tucked under so you can rebuild the spine. Tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, neck and head. Just that again. Down you go. Head, neck, shoulders, back, soften at the knees. Keep the tail dropped, lift the belly and roll up. And again, just beginning to find and align your vertebrae. Take your time on this one, a little longer than the first two. Hang upside down, really let the cranium and neck hang. Drop the tailbone. Round your tail under, lift your belly and slowly rebuild each vertebrae, one on top of the other. Inhaling deeply. Make sure there's oxygen as the brain arrives right at the top. And down. If you have any imbalances in your spine, neck or shoulders due to your work or other life activities, see if you can iron them out. Take this moment to try and balance things. Let the tight shoulder let go. Let it settle down into place. Take two more, just for this little moment of self-healing, realigning. Round the tail under, roll up. Last one, down. Bend. Lift the belly for support, roll up. Good. From here, I want you to soften the knees. Don't let them knock together, don't let them twist or do anything funny. I want you to just keep your pelvis neutral. Take your fingertips and just touch lightly at the shoulders. I don't want to twist the shoulders or the elbows either. Just feeling the ab wall waking up and lifting up the front side from the pelvis to the ribs. Rotate to your right. I'm doing my left so you can mirror me. Keep your knees pointed at the screen. Keep your hip bones facing the screen so it's really easy to let them twist. You're not going to get very far with these skeletal limitations. So I'm keeping my hip bones forward. The hip skeleton is not changing. I'm just twisting in the waist, coming back. But you're going to get a lot of nice warming up for the obliques. So let's go the other way. And again, here, I'm not letting my scapula slide round to help over-exaggerate the twist. It's actually quite limited motion. One oblique tucks in, the other oblique tucks over, and return neutral. Exhale for this one, guys. Get that rotation wrapping around the spine. Come back through the center, breathing deeply. Exhale, rotation, belly to spine. Keep those knees and hips forward. Again, you'll get 35, maybe 45 degrees around, but you won't get much further. If you are getting further, I would do a skeletal muscular check. Find out what's twisting and is it all in position. Back to center, release the hands. Do another roll down now. Head, neck, chest, waist. Soften the knees, hang upside down, take a deep breath. Tuck that tail under, lift your belly, roll up, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, neck, and head. Step out wide, rotate the toes out to the outside and let the knees go with them. You're gonna go for a big stretch over your right side, lateral flexion here on this side. Keep the belly lifted though. Now, the skeleton is going to change again. You're going to flip your shoulders and hips to face the floor. This can be a flat back here, or if you're feeling flexible, you can take it parallel with the earth. Big breath. Drop the fingertips down to the floor. If they don't reach the floor, grab the shin and just hover. Let the head fall to the knee. Straighten that knee and bend the other one. So you're going to keep your hands where they are and you're going to bend your far knee, so your bum is shifting away from your right foot. Keep breathing, because that's a big old stretch, and I want you to get lots of oxygen while we're working. Bend the right knee again, take your hand over the right knee, lift your belly for support, but find your flat back, whether it's parallel, whether it's a high diagonal, don't mind. Turn your skeleton back to face the front, so you're mobilizing in this hip socket. Push the floor away, and let's go the second side. Softening into your left knee. Hand can be on the knee if you need the help. Belly lifted to keep your skeleton connected as you rotate, high diagonal or low. Big breath, drop down, hands to the leg, hands to the floor, whatever works. Shift away, so straighten that leg that's under your face and bend the other one. Let your bum shift away from your left foot. Travel back to the left side. Take lots of oxygen in while you're working. Lift the core muscles. Find your flat back. Again, you can have same hand on bent knee as if you need it. Turn to face the front. Keep all this abdominal structure firm from the ribs down to the pubic bone, and then push the floor away. Here we go. First side. Little faster now. 1. Rotate, 2, drop down, 3, shift away, 4, travel back, 5, lift the belly, 6, face the front, 7, rise to the top, 8, here we go, 1, rotation, 2, big breath, drop down, 3, shift away, 4, travel back, 5, activate your abs, flat back, 6, face the front, 7, rise up, 8. Little bend to the knees, step into center, right into parallel. Good. I'll give you a little diagonal so you can see some of the three-dimensionality of it. Stay in neutral with your spine. Don't lean forward, don't shift the hips forward. I want you to descend in vertical. Arch onto the balls of the feet, so call a forced arch. Rise up to tiptoes, lower the heels down. Reverse the journey, rising on tiptoes, bend the knees but force the arch. And it's almost like I'm sliding down a wall with my sacrum, shoulders, and neck. Then the heels find the floor, and I'm back to neutral. Bend and forced arch, and a rise, and a down, and a rise, force the arch, heels down, and back to neutral. Slide down the wall, force the arch. Slide up the wall, down. Slide up the wall, forced arch, slide down the wall, heels down, slide up. Here we go. Down and forced arch. Rise up, heels down, rise up, heels down, rise up. Good. Let's have a seat. From a seated position, bring the bottoms of your feet together, and I want you to let the knees open up. So you're into a comfortable diamond. Don't hold it too tight. We're not going for a butterfly right now. I want you to, from this position, just imagine you're seated against that wall again. Let the head drop. Head, neck, shoulders away from the wall. Let the weight of the cranium take your torso forward towards your feet. Your hands can just slide comfortably towards the ankles here. Try to keep the elbows outside the frame of the legs for me though. No Tyrannosaurus elbows drop down inside. Okie doke. A little breath and then roll back up to seated. Should be a nice forward spine stretch as well, opening up the hip and the glutes. Dive, head, neck, chest, waist, curving forward. Inhale. Exhale and relift the abdominals. Roll back up. Tailbone, waist, chest, neck, and head. Here we go. Down. All the way. Activate your abs. Roll back up. Curve down. All the way. Activate your abs. Roll back up. Stretch your right foot out towards the front. I'll use my left. You're going to take your left foot towards the knee. Start with your hands down the right leg. If you can reach the foot with your right hand, go for it. Otherwise, grab the shin, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the abdominals of the transversus here to pull back and pull this hip bone back. Let your left hand come to this hip, and almost like you were trying to pull a bow, I want the left hip to pull away and the right hip and heel to stretch forward. You're gonna feel this opens up your ribs. Your chest is probably facing towards the side wall here, but I want you looking to the front for the moment. So like a little archer pulling a bow at his waistline. Bad archery form, but good for your body. Drop the hips forward, curve and melt over the forward leg. We're gonna repeat, pull back with the hip bone, the waist, the chest. Curve back to the front. Exhale, retract the hip, waist, chest. So your sternum is looking to the side wall now. Hip, waist, chest, down. We're gonna add the arm, hip, waist, chest, and let the hand reach to the back. Now just turn your head gently to the hand, come down, hip, waist, chest, down. One more, pull back hip bone, waist, chest, hand, look to the fingertips, down to the forward leg. Roll up to seated, guys, change sides. Start with a nice, easy lean forward, so just begin to get the hamstring used to the idea. Left hand is reaching down the leg as far as it'll go. Pull the belly up and back with the right hip bone. The hip bone's gonna try and pull away from the camera as the left heel and leg lengthens out to the front. And for now, just stay facing the front of the room. And melt down, hips, waist, chest, neck, head. Pull back, hip, waist, chest, neck. Open that leg. Look down. Keep the belly lifted up. No saggy abs. Feel them scooped up. Hips, waist, chest, neck, head. Abdominals engage. Hip, waist, chest, neck. Your sternum should be facing the other wall now. And down. Hips, waist, chest, neck, head. Okay, we're going to do it with the arm. Hips, waist, chest, arm, head turns and look for the fingertips. Relax. Bring the hips back. Waist, chest, neck, head. And hips, waist, chest, neck, look. Exhale, bring back the hips, waist, chest, neck, down. Roll up to seated for me, guys, and let's head for the floor. So I want you to just make sure there's space behind you on the mat. Roll into the floor and palms down beside you. Pelvic curl, belly to spine, tuck the tailbone between the legs and rise up into a bridge. Wow. Take a breath here. Exhale and roll down, shoulders, middle back, lower back, tailbone. Nice deep breath and repeat, belly to spine. Curl the tailbone through the legs, rise up. Your weight should be equally balanced between the feet. Don't let the knees lean out wider than your feet. Keep them in line with the feet and the hip bones. Breath and roll down. Again, pelvic curl. Belly to spine. Rise up. Yeah. And exhale. Roll down. Breath again. Exhale. Imprint. Pelvic curl. Roll up. Get your bridge. And easy roll back down. Good. Rise to the bridge, guys. Belly to spine. Curling that pubic bone around to the nose. So you're really activating your glutes to tuck your tail between your legs. From here, I want you to pick up your right leg. Tap the floor with the toes. 1 and a lift and 2 and a lift. Don't let the hips torque out of alignment. Keep them level. Tap and tap and tap and replace the foot. Keep your hips level. Do a little check. Tuck the tail through the legs. Try to hold that position. Lift the other leg. Tap and tap and tap. So you can really widen your collarbone here. Press down with the backs of your arms for support, but you're also getting a lot of work through the supporting leg. Put that foot down. Breath. Roll down from the shoulders, middle back, lower back, tailbone, and you're home. Take your left leg long and open your arms to the T. Bring your right knee up. Left hand to right knee. Pull that knee gently across your body. Let your pelvis just weave across and let your right shoulder stay on the floor. Get a nice little spine rotation for the lower back, and should be a good little stretch for the back of the hip and the bum. If you want a little extra here, take the leg that you've got twisted across, and I want you to stretch out the heel and bend the leg. As you do, think belly button to spine. Stretch it out, bend it. Stretch it. So a little activated stretch, bend, stretch, and a bend. Keep the abs firm as you roll home to neutral. Put the foot down and exchange it for its friend. Right hand to left knee now. Take the knee across your body and enjoy the twist. Just breathe deep and keep both shoulders on the floor. Belly button to spine as you extend the leg if you want a little extra. Bend, extend, and bend. If you're happy to just wait a moment and you don't want to do the leg extensions, I'm okay with that. Extend and bend. One more for me. Bend that knee, use your core strength, bring the legs home to neutral, put that foot down, put the other foot next to it. So you're back into your starting position. Bring your fingertips behind the head and lace the fingers together. Think about your abdominals flat across your belly. Quiet your lower ribs as well. So really get the ab wall active from pubic bone right to the rib cage. Use the abs to bring up your chest. And I want you to karate chop across with your right hand. The hand's just gonna skim past the thigh. Come neutral. Don't put the shoulder blades down. Left hand chop. Come neutral. And a right. And neutral. And a left. And neutral. Belly firm. Still breathing in the upper body. Twist. And neutral, and a twist, and neutral, twist, and neutral, and a twist, and neutral, twist, and neutral, and a twist, and neutral, twist, and neutral. Last one, twist, and neutral. Roll back with the chest, and relax. Good. Roll towards the camera, onto your side. Lie out on this side and just lengthen your legs and body. Keep your abdominals active and lifted here, and just take the top hip away from your top shoulder. So you're lengthening the hips. Both legs should be the same length. There's a little gap that tries to form here beneath you, and that's okay. Lift your legs up to 1 or 2 inches. There should still be a gap. Now use your obliques to press your waist into the floor and lift the legs and try to close that gap. And back to the hover and lift. And hover and lift. And hover. Still think belly button to spine. You can even have a little posterior bias to the pelvis, so you're trying to curl your pubic bone to your nose. That's going to help your abs remain active and the back of the spine lengthened. Now, hover in place, and I want you to walk and go nowhere. One leg forward, one leg back, and change. And change. Don't roll to the back, don't roll to the front. Stay balanced, one hip bone above the other hip bone. Stack the legs. Lower down to the floor and take a little breath to rest. From here, take your top hand down on the floor in front of you. Bring the top leg up to just hip height. Feel your belly lift again. There should be this little gap trying to form. Bring your heel behind you like you're trying to touch a wall with your heel. And don't let yourself roll backwards or forwards to compensate. Just stay balanced. You're going to lift the heel lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, 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 lift. Now swing, lift, lower, back. Swing, lift, lower, back. Try not to wibble and wobble in your center. Keep your core firm, your spine still. Now swing to the front and lift and drop, 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 drop. Lift, swing home, lower. Bend the knees, push off your top hand. Come up to your side for a moment. Good. Swing your legs around towards the front, switch sides, and lie all the way down into the floor. Just rest your head on that bicep. From here, I want you to just feel the belly lifted. You've got this gap forming. You're lengthening the top hip bone away. Float your legs up to a little hovered position. Gonna press the gap closed and neutral. This is your obliques working. So if you feel that your back is tensing, you might be rolling too far forward. If you feel your abs are doing the work, you're too far back. So I want you to find the middle, target those obliques, close the gap, then hover the legs. Close the gap, hover the legs. Legs down for a moment. Good. Stay in your neutral posture. Feel the belly lifted here. Take the top leg up. You're going to flex the foot and swing forward. Point, swing back. Swing forward. Back. Forward. Back. And forward. And back. That's just to loosen you up. Take it behind you here. It's almost like your heels touching a wall. Don't lean or roll with the pelvis, but I want you to lift, lift, lower, lift. Lift, lower, lift, lift, lower, lift, lift, lower, swing, lift, down, swing back, swing, lift, down, swing back. Keep your belly lifted towards your spine as you work. So nice and stable around your spinal column, not rolling, not rocking. Now swing to the front, lift, and here they come, drops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower, swing home, bend the knees. Good. Push off your hands. I want you to come away from the floor. Roll to your belly, everyone. Good. Elbows folded underneath you here. Lace your fingers together. Okie doke. A couple of bad posture things. You can drop your chest and let your elbows sag, your shoulders sag. Not going to help us achieve what we need. So it's not good for the body either, but pull the elbows down towards the hips. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, down the back. Lift your belly to support. It's going to feel like your pubic bone is angled into the mat and your core is lifted. Your hip bones are lifting away from the floor. So again, it's a posterior tilt. Pubic bone forward, hip bones back. Okay, now then, you're gonna also try to lift your legs off the floor. You're not gonna see a lot of movement, but try to bring your knees up. You're gonna pump the heel to the bum. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep your shoulders wide. Keep your upper back lifted. We're gonna add a little breath. Inhale. Exhale. So 4 ins, in, out, 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 in, out, in, out, in. If you're floating your knees off the floor, you'll really feel the backs of the legs working. Lower the legs down. Take your hands away. Keep your nose off the mat and press your hands to your legs. Press your legs together. Same story with the pelvis. Lift the belly up away from the floor. Pubic bone angled down. And I want you to get a thoracic extension. Lift the chest, but pull the shoulders back. Lift the chest, pull the shoulders back. Legs touching. Hands pressing the legs. Don't feel your lower back. If you feel your lower back, you've come too high. If you feel the back of your neck, you're cranking your cranium up, but you're not getting the upper back work you're supposed to be targeting. So a couple more. Lift just the sternum. It may not be high at all. That's okay. Lift and lift. Fingers down, hands down in front of you. Push off your palms. Send your bottom back towards your heels. I want you to rest. Rest. Two more breaths. Come up to all fours. From here, cat back, pull the belly up. Again, it's a posterior tilt. The hip bones pull away from the earth while the pubic bone remains down. Deep lumbar curve. And neutral. Now, lift your thoracic spine. So your heart is coming up, but your shoulders are pulling down, and you're not cranking the head as usual. Lengthen the back of the neck. Come neutral. Pull the belly up, cat back. There can be a little sympathetic dropping of the chest and head. Now neutral. Now lift your heart, thoracic extension, long back of the neck, shoulders down, and neutral. Okie doke, walk your feet out to a plank position, 1 and then 2, but keep the belly in place. Walk the knees down, back to your crawling position. Start with your other leg if you can, left, right, then down, left, right. Change and just start with your right leg, right, left. Belly is lifting and holding the whole time, right, left. Left foot out, left, right, down, left, right. Changing and using the right, left, right, left. From all fours, we're gonna do a half push-up, guys. Take your hands forward, stay on your knees. Lunge your torso over your hands so you're into a little mini plank. You might find it more comfortable to bend the legs completely. Keep your elbows close to your ribs for a tricep push-up. Descend and then push the floor away 3 times. If you can get your chest to touch the floor, great, but I want you to keep your shoulder blades wide, so don't feel them pinch behind you. Push the floor away. If you only do a little elbow bend, I'm okay with that. Push the floor away. Everyone, sit your bottom back to your heels and just sit back into a rest position and take 2 deep breaths. In, out, in, out. Come back up. We're gonna go for the push-ups again. You can do half push-ups from your knees, or if you like full push-ups, please do. Descend, shoulders wide, press. Descend, shoulders wide, press. Descend, shoulders wide. I want you to pike your tailbone up and walk your hands in 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Bend your knees and roll up to standing. Keep breathing as you come. Let the oxygen come with you to the brain. We're rolling right back down. Hands to the floor. 3 steps to walk back to your plank position. 1, 2, 3. Plank or half plank if you need it. Those are your options. And we're going to do 3 more tricep push-ups. 1, exhale, push. 2, exhale, push. 3, exhale, push. Now everyone walk your hands in. 1, 2, 3. Bend the knees, relax the head. That's it. I'm just gonna face you guys while you're hungover. Roll up now, breathing as you come. Head is the last thing up. Rising to a vertical space. Make sure the collarbone is open. The chest is wide across the collarbones. The shoulders are dropped. The bum and the sacrum are relaxed into neutral. Your weight is shared evenly from the toes to the heels. One more breath, just enjoying your neutral alignment. And thank you guys very much. That's me from the Sports Center. Have a good one and hope to see you again soon.